Okay, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for your patience. A little bit of dog drama, of course. Ah, um, everybody is welcome to participate in this live stream. Please do not answer other people's questions. How this works is you post a question and I answer it. One question per person, please. I am an energy healer, reader, and teacher, so hopefully it would be relevant to my field of expertise about energy healing, meditation, energy boundaries, yada, yada, yada. Spirituality, blah, 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 self care. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Oh, and if I don't know you, I'm still happy, of course, to read a question from you. But if your name isn't your YouTube name, then ideally put like your first name and your last initial in the post because I read by names. That's all makes it so much easier for me to see somebody's energy. Okay. Someone says, "Hey, Janet, lately I've noticed that I can't seem to get my mom out of my space, even with flowers, and asking her to talk to her angels." This has been giving me sleep issues and anxiety. What's up? I think you have damage to like 3 of your Wei Qi auras in the area where you see your mother in your space. So Wei Qi auras, which you know, there are 15 auras. They're extra auras that you have as a spirit. They help with strong boundaries. Wei Qi is a term from traditional Chinese medicine. Wei Qi auras is a thing that the angels taught me. So if people don't know, you can just search Janet Wright Wei Qi auras. Wei Qi is spelled W-E-I for Wei, W-E-I, and then Qi, I spell it C-H-I. So you search Janet Wright Wei Qi auras. Janet Wright Wei Qi auras. That, if you don't want like a 45-minute version, if you just want something really quick, there is a 14-minute version. If you search Janet Wright, the number 17, and then auras. Or, yeah, like Janet Wright repair 17 auras. That'll pull it up. I think it's like a 14-minute video, and it does grounding and aura repair, but it does all the Wei Qi auras plus the 2 regular auras, so that's why it's 17 auras. So if you search Janet Wright repair 17 auras, the number 17, you'll find it. But anyway, yeah, so that's why you haven't been able to have as strong boundaries with your mother as normal because of Wei Qi aura damage that you have. Now, why she isn't chilling out? All right, so people get into a compulsive state when they're stuck, right? When they have stuck energy that's triggered, right? So all I did is I imagined and if somebody is doing this with their, for their mother or their partner or somebody who's really stuck in a compulsive space and the regular flower healing doesn't help them to chill out, the regular flower healing that would be in like that Janet Wright Resolve Conflict Boundary Issues video. Janet Wright Resolve Conflict Boundary Issues video. So if regular stuff doesn't work, then you could do like basically a stacking and clearing with them, or a blanket exercise type thing with them, where you imagine the energy blocks that they're stuck on, and copies of them, and you show it to them and be like, see, this is what you're stuck on. And I know it makes you really uncomfortable. Would you like me to help you with that? And then you just run gold light through those energy blocks. So you just imagine copies out in front of them, way in front of their aura, and just show them, these are the copies of what you're stuck on. Do you want me to help you with that? And then if they say yes, because, they don't want to be freaking out, then just run gold light through it, and the energy blocks will clear. So that's what I did with your mom, and it looks like she's fine now, at least for now. So that's what you could do with her in the future. But yeah, your Wei Qi auras needed help Well, they still do. In the places where you noticed your mom. Okay, so I hope that helps. Someone says, "Hi, Janet." Oh, this is Bambi, everybody. Hi, Bambi. Uh, Someone says, "Hi, Janet. I'm much up in my head and thinking and numb from emotions. What can I do?" Well, you're only in your seventh chakra. You have a ton of aura damage. So that would be first step is repair that aura damage. So I don't know that you've ever done my aura repair stuff before. If you haven't, I always suggest that people learn it in that video, Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. It's an 18-minute video, Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. Because that teaches aura repair, but also the gold buffers that are a good companion technique. But yeah, you have to fix that aura damage first, and then get your grounding good, and then we can kind of see what else you need after that. But yeah, you have aura damage, lots of it, in the top and the back, and even a little in the front. So that's that. If you already know gold buffers, you've done it before, then just search Janet Rate aura repair, and you'll find some choices. You do any of them. But yeah, so it's not really an emotional problem. It's you're missing half your aura problem. So take care of that first, and then get big wide grounding, and then go from there. But feel free to post under videos if you still feel messed up after you got your aura and your grounding nice. Okay, so somebody says, "Hi, Janet. I had a death in the family, so I was around people with bad energy boundaries. I could feel the beings, baggage, bugging, being dumped on me. I worked on healing all that, but how do I look?" You look triggered and freaked out. But you're here. You survived it. Good job. I mean, I would like to validate that you chose to be around people like that. I mean, I'm not blaming you at all, but you're like, I had to be around them. So try to click out of any victim version of that. You chose. You decided, okay, it's in my best interest to deal with these people during this time. So just kind of watch that victim stuff creep in. So you chose to be around them because of the events that were occurring, and you wanted to be there for that. But then yeah, your aura is, I mean, your aura's whole, but you don't have an energy seal on either aura anymore because of hard objects stuck at the edges of your aura. So your aura is repaired, but I would say redo that energy seal stuff. Yeah, we didn't do energy seal today. So we did aura repair, but not energy seal. And you got the healing, but we didn't. Yeah, so we didn't get rid of. So just do like electromagnets around the outside of your astral body aura and your physical body aura, and then redo the repair a little around the edges just of your auras, so you get your energy seal back. But I mean, I think you're afraid of your family. You're afraid of them. There's a lot of fear triggered. I think it's just, from times before when you were around them and you felt like you didn't have control and you didn't have options, but now you have options and you have control of your own energy. So it's just old fears, but just try to remind yourself how old you are, and that you actually understand energy now finally, and you can fix things, and you can, because I think part of it is just like this fight or flight thing of like, like, so you just gotta comfort your body and be like, hey, I'm safe. I chose to be around them for this event, and I can choose to not be around them in the future or choose to be around them if I want, like just kind of remind yourself that you're not, 10 years old with no options. You have your age that you have now, and you have your wisdom about grounding and aura repair and all that, and you're okay. Because I think it's mostly just, I mean, you just got a really in-depth healing, and so it's just sort of shell shock. and this old feelings of having no control and no options, which are just, old memories. So you could do blanket exercise a few times just to keep getting rid of whatever's triggered. And then, do the electromagnets around the edge of your aura to get your energy seals. But I mean, you feel worse than you look. You know what I mean? It's just like you're freaked out. But everything is pretty much functioning. I mean, you're in 7 through 2, so, how bad is that? That's very present. Okay. Someone says, "Hello, Janet. I've been experiencing burnout with work and comfort eating as a result coping mechanism. When trying to understand my answer was there is something wrong with me and how I am doing. And doing it on purpose for sanity. For example, doing it on purpose for sanity. I'm trying to be more in alignment with my needs. Any advice from you and your angels?" You have a lot of concerns about a family member. Right now, I mean, you have concerns about a lot of your family members, but you have concerns about one family member in particular, the one that you talked to me about most recently. And you're actually, part of your energy is standing on that person's spiritual path, the spiritual path of your family member. And um, I don't think that's always the reason that you comfort eat. I think it's different reasons at different times. But right now, when I look at you, that's sort of the most wrong thing that's going on, is that you have a chunk of your energy on that person's path and not just with you. Um, Because if I look at you on the astral, you're not bored with your job. You just like feel like you've learned a lot and you need to change. Like you're like, well, this chapter's ended and I need to start a new chapter. And so I don't know if you don't know how to start that chapter. When you wake up, you don't know how anymore. Because it seems like on the astral, you're like, no, this will take care of itself. It's fine. It's going to work out pretty soon, actually. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't know what that is. I mean, you could post under some video a more literal version of your work issue. And I could, when I have time, post a reply. There is actually a video that it could be, I mean, you can post any question under any video, but if you want a work related video that you could also do, it is a deep thought video actually. So you'll like it extra. Deep thought, if you search generate deep thought work, it should come up because it's about work and studying and all sorts of work. So you could post a more specific work question around that. But I think on the astral, you're pretty much comfortable with the situation. So I'm thinking, I mean, in general, when I look at you, your comfort eating, it always looks like a boundary issue that you're having with some family member at the time. But it's different family members at different times. So hope that helps. Maybe check your communal grounding versus indie grounding. You want indie grounding, not communal grounding. Sometimes in videos I say it wrong and I like interchange the two. So communal grounding is where your grounding branches off to other people. That is not helpful. Indie grounding is where it's independent. Your grounding just only goes straight down. And a lot of times, like pretty much every day, your grounding goes into various family members. So I would say bump that up on your to-do list, is check indie grounding every day, maybe twice a day. Especially if you're having comfort eating issues, check your indie grounding. Usually you'll have a linked grounding for like about 2 hours before you start comfort eating. So by the time you're comfort eating, this has been an issue for an hour or two at least. So hope that helps. Someone says, "Hi Janet, please ask angels what inner healings I should focus on in regards to health and prosperity," which are two separate things. Your angels just talk about hearing angels. Like maybe you're not hearing your angels enough, and that could be a good thing for you to work on, so that then your angels can help you pick videos in a very dynamic way each day. Um, so they seem to like that one, the fifth layer, fifth chakra one. So if you search Janet Wright, fifth chakra healing, it's like fifth chakra, fifth layer is in the title. Janet Wright, the number 5. So if you put in the search for YouTube, Janet Wright, fifth chakra layer healing, because it's fifth chakra and fifth layer healing, then you'll find it. It's done outdoors, and it works a lot on your fifth chakra and your fifth layer, which is, fifth chakra is for communication with others, but also inner communication with yourself, peace of mind, hearing your angels, stuff like that. Someone says, "My home has become even more of a mess. I never feel I can clean it up because I'm preoccupied with work. My younger daughter feels neglected. What healing should I do to balance work and home life?" Your daughter's funny. Cause I'm like trying these different scenarios. Like, well, what if? Cause you have all this work to do for your work that is, you can't do it at work. You have to do it at home. And but then she knows you're home, but you're doing this work. So I'm like, well, what if you guys, both had desks in the same area, and so you kind of are like study buddies, and she's studying and you're studying, and she's like, yeah, no, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think but I don't think your daughter cares too much that your home is a mess. Um, she seems to be bothered by, the fact that you're always kind of working or feeling that you should be working. And so there's not like a sort of a fun fiesta sleepover kind of girl time vibe ever. And I think that's what she's missing. She's missing like the lighthearted mom kind of a thing. Um, so if you could just be like, okay, well, I'm working until 9 p.m. and then from 9 to 10, I'll be lighthearted mom, and we'll do something. We'll watch stupid Netflix or some silly show together or something. But um, maybe like like say you said you're gonna work till 9 o'clock, right? But then at 9 it's gonna be like lighthearted mom time from 9 to 10, but when she goes to bed at 10, let's say. So maybe like actually stop at like 8:50, 10 minutes before, and then like change your shirt or your sweatshirt or your sweater, just to like help yourself change your mood, because you're not it's hard for you to get out of that gear of like, if you actually do start working, then it's like you get very you get kind of heavy when you're working. And so then that's what's bumming her out, because she has issues with depression herself. And so if you're kind of heavy because you're working, then it like keeps her in more of a depression space. I mean, it wouldn't have to, but she's a kid, so she's more likely to match your energy. So I think it's more actually your emotional state, which is dragging hers down more. So, maybe when you meditate, just like hand, imagine burdens that are making you feel heavy and hand them to your angels. Whatever's making your emotions heavy, your heart heavy, your emotions heavy, just hand all that heaviness to your angels. And then, like I said, maybe change clothing or something to help you to kind of switch gears. Because I think that's what it is that's bothering her. It's not so much if you're focusing on her for 10 minutes or 2 hours, it's that you're a drag. You're like a wet rag, mom. So that's not good for her because she's a bit of a wet rag herself. So I hope that makes sense. All right. Good. Um, yeah, your angels say, yeah, your home is messy, but whatever. They're like, it is what it is. They do like the lightening up vibe stuff more than the clean house stuff. Okay, so somebody says, "Hi, Janet. How are my manifestation wings? I am trying to manifest more abundance. Thank you." What I would say is your manifestation wings are good enough for now. I don't think they're holding you back. Like manifestation wings, if someone doesn't know what they are, they're cool. You can look up Janet Wright manifestation wings. Um, they're very cool. They're fun. I'm just spelling it. Okay. But yeah, I don't think that you need to work your manifestation wings more at the moment in order to help your abundance. I think what you could do is do like imagine your spiritual path, but like a subset of it that only applies to your abundance. Okay, so a road that's just for you, and if you're moving forward on it, that means you're progressing with your abundance, right? And then just look at your abundance road, right? Your spiritual path road for abundance. And then like just look at it because you look really barricaded. Like there's all this stuff in front of it from like it seems like from your dad from when you were like a kid. So I would just say work it that way. Like work your spiritual path, like the subset of it that's just for your abundance, so that you can clear it off and stuff. And then you can even, if this is your spiritual path for abundance, right, then you can even do what we did in the triplet set in March, which is super cool. We did it in the Friday and Tuesday, the healing 1 and the healing 2 of that one. It was, the theme was end negative patterns. So if you search Janet Wright healing 1 and negative patterns, Janet Wright healing 2 and negative patterns, you'll probably find those. They're from March 2021. But anyway, you imagine yourself on this spiritual path and you look at what you're dragging behind you, and then you clear that. You like wrap that up in gold light and give it to your angels, and you keep imagining like, okay, what else am I dragging forward on my spiritual path? And so if you're imagining just your abundance spiritual path, right? So moving forward on this path would be progressing with your abundance, evolving forward with your abundance. Then look at what you're dragging behind you and just keep melting, giving that to your angels. That could help too. But unblocking it in front of you so you can move forward, but also clear what you're dragging behind you. That should be very cool. So I hope that helps. Someone says, I am thinking about moving / looking for a new job, but haven't felt motivated to make any decisions because I'm still very focused on physical health, personal life. Do angels have any messages, advice? Yeah, I think you're actually hearing your angels on that. I think they just feel like, timing is everything. And right now, just focus on like the micro stuff, the health, personal life, like what you were thinking of. That seems like that's actually the angels sort of reining in your focus more for now. They're like, it's a timing thing. And sometimes you work on some things, sometimes you work on other things. So they're not saying never work on your moving and new job stuff, but they just feel like, oh, you know what could be nice too. I don't know if you've done it recently, but that we did it in January. It was like proactive clearing for the next 6 months. There's also a video, a small video from, shorter video than the gargantuan videos of late. But with that in the title, if you search Janet Wright proactive clearing next 6 months, the number 6. Um, but yeah, they just feel like if you do some self-care and some physical stuff right now, it'll help you change your vibration. They don't really need you to directly work on moving and new job stuff at the moment. Maybe think about like in a week or two what feels right, or 3 weeks maybe, but just use your intuition. But you did hear them accurately, so you should be able to hear them accurately then in 2 or 3 weeks too. Okay, somebody says, "Hi Janet, I'm excited to be starting a new chapter in my life. Do you have any advice uh, that can help me stay connected and fulfill these new goals?" Let's see. Well, your aura is whole, which is great. Your regular auras are repaired. Your groundings are nice and flowing. So you got the basics. Yeah, it seems like lately you're in 7 through 2 each day, which is pretty present. So good job. Um, uh, the video your angels suggested was if you it's a recent one, and it is actually one of the three that is somewhat short. Um, they're all in a playlist together, but I think your angel specifically liked this one, so you could just look it up individually. If you search Janet Wright, generate enough energy for your day, is the title. So Janet Wright, generate enough energy for your day. Um, and that works on like three of the main ways that you can generate more sort of oomph and power, which would be chakras, creative rings, and manifestation wings. Because I think you're pretty okay already, and you're set in the right direction, but that'll give you a little more, wind in your sails, so to speak. So that's what your angels are suggesting. So I hope that helps. Someone says, "Hi Janet, do you see the aura of trees, and do trees like to work with humans at all? I feel like they have been supportive to me, thanks." Yeah, trees are very cool. I love trees. I don't often think about the aura of trees. So yeah, I mean, if I worked on seeing it, yeah. I mean, to me, it's just more like kind of like a flowy force field around them. But yeah, I mean, I like hugging trees, hugging the tree trunks. But if you're out in public, that's kind of awkward and crazy looking. But if you have like trees in a private place, and you're lucky enough to have your own private trees where people aren't looking at you, then that's kind of cute. Because yeah, you can get a healing from like the tree spirit. Trees are their own living things, but then there are little helper, like little fairy spirits that each tree has in addition. And so the tree can give you a healing. The tree fairy probably is too busy healing the tree, but the tree itself can, help you. It feels to me a little bit like flower healing, when you give yourself flower healing, stuff like that. It can be very nourishing. Also, they could remove stuff out of your energy field. A tree could, um, like negative blocks and stuff. So yeah, trees can be very healing. I mean, in addition, I think in Japan they have something that a term it's called is I roughly translated like forest bathing, where they say being around trees is very healthy, and so they people go to be around trees on purpose, and as a health thing, and yeah, I'm sure that's true. So there are ways that being around trees help people that I'm not even explaining right now, that help. I like being around trees. We moved where we moved because of that, to be around trees. But anyway, I don't know if that helps you, but um, I'm glad that you are connecting with trees. That's cool. And actually, you can get a healing from trees that you're not around physically. Like you could say hi to the trees in some redwood forest that you know about and ask the trees to give you a healing, and stay where you are though with your body, and the trees could give you a distance healing. That could work. Um, Someone says, "Hi, dear Janet. Would you please explain how to change negative prediction, how to clear timelines?" You already asked that in the other one, and I answered it. Maybe you didn't hear my answer in the other one? Yeah, I already answered that. So, yeah, listen to towards the end of the last healing live stream. After the healing ended, I definitely answered your question, and I spent a lot of time. So, I hope it's of some value. Thank you for asking. Somebody says, "Thank you so much, Janet. You're welcome." Somebody says, "Okay, thank you, Janet. That all makes so much sense. Really appreciate that." Well, thank you for my little emojis. That's cute. Somebody says, "Hi, Janet. You look healthy and happy today. Can you help me find my legs or move my mother out of my energy?" Yeah, you have aura damage. Yeah, in both of your regular auras, you have aura damage. So you got to take care of that first. And then that should help you be more present. Because right now you're in 7654 only because of the aura damage. So take care of your aura damage first. And then that should help you be more in your lower chakras. Because if you're not in 321, then you can't really be in your legs that much, So, but yeah, deal with aura damage first. And then, which is a general rule. Always check for aura repair. Do you need aura repair? Like you have chunks missing here and here. Okay, hope that helps. I know you know how to do it, so I'm not going to bother talking about how. But if other people don't know, you've never done aura repair, then start with the video of, if you search YouTube, Janet Wright gold buffer zones, gold energy aura buffer zones, because that'll teach aura repair plus a companion technique of gold buffers, which help to delay aura damage, slow the rate of aura damage. Yeah, I mean, if you have big rips in your aura, it's like a big open door to your mom. So it's not really a mom issue. It's just an aura repair issue, at least right now. Someone says, so I hope that helps. Good luck. You can do it. Someone says, "How are the strong big beings affect human beings? I know healing many people all at once can be very noticeable to those beings, but just wondering about your experience and thoughts." I think you're making a reference to, yeah, as a group healer, which I don't recommend to anybody. But yeah, as somebody who heals more than one person at a time, it is true you get noticed by the largest and most evasive and invasive and aggressive beings on the planet. Negative, you would say. um, So yeah, that's why I don't recommend doing it to anybody, even though I do it. Um, I don't know what you want me to say about it. It just means you better have your act together if you're doing it. I mean, it's yeah, it's. I think you mean how does it affect everyone on the planet? Those beings. I think the big ones, if you're not a group healer, the biggest ones might not really affect you. They're sort of like a food chain, of the biggest, most aggressive ones, and then, levels down of smaller invasive beings. And so I think if somebody's like not a group healer, they're affected by smaller beings. They're not affected really at all by the big guys. Um, so yeah, I don't know if that's probably a boring answer, but yeah, I don't think you're directly affected by the biggest, most invasive ones. So I hope that helps. Someone says, thank you, it helps a lot. Good, I'm glad. Someone says, I've been working on tons of clearing, tackling it over several months, and I still can't seem to get rid of this pattern that causes daily conflicts with those close to me, especially my partner. Now I gotta find it again. Scrolled. Oh, okay. I've tried clearing some facades related to my aggressive exterior, and some relationship manipulations, and it felt a lot lighter. Do you have any other comments about the situation? Um, I mean, I'm not sure of the exact scenario of your daily conflicts with your partner, and um, maybe at some point you could put a more specific comment like under a video of like, well, I say this and then it turns into a fight, or I do this and it turns into a fight, and how can I not say it that way, or what am I doing that always makes it turn into a fight, like a more concrete example. um hmm, yeah, I don't think you're getting the healing, so yeah, you're not getting the healing, so yeah, just put it under any video. One thing I do notice though is you have these big walls up that are very it's like angry walls, like walls of anger. So like you could just be saying, well, I'd like a cheese sandwich or something, but the walls at the in your seventh layer, like in front, are like, I'm angry. And so they put this tone on what you just said that you're not trying to put on there. So I would just say, yeah, there are special walls that you have up of like, they're black, and they remind me of like a storm coming, like when you see the sky and they're like these really menacing clouds, and you're like, oh wow, this is gonna be a big one, whoa, we better get inside, you know. Make sure you don't have anything that could blow around, and there's going to be a big storm coming. It's like that vibe, but there are these walls, and it's not beings. It looks like you created it at some point, but you don't seem to be able to see them to take them down. So just imagine your anger walls and melt them down. So hope that helps. Someone says, do angels meditate? I would assume, yeah, probably. It seems like, yeah. But I think probably their state most of the time is similar to meditation. But yeah, if they ever get out of that state, I'm sure they would be very quick to remedy that. So that's kind of interesting, it's like that's the idea, is to try to be, I mean, obviously we're not angels, but if you can be more, balanced and flowing and at all times, then you have to do less meditation, because less like explicit meditation, because you're not really getting stuck so much in between your meditation times. So maybe that's sort of interesting food for thought behind your question, is how can you change your normal state, your non-meditative state, to be more meditative, to be more and if I look, you actually have a lot of aura damage, which I'm not sure you're aware of. So if you wanted, I don't know if you've ever done my aura repair videos, but if you haven't, you can start with that. Like I keep saying in this live stream, the gold buffer zones video. So you search Janet Wright gold buffer zones. It's an 18-minute video. My hair is all sorts of red and purple and whatever. But yeah, learn aura repair, I would say, is step one in that line of like how to make your normal waking state more meditative. So I hope that helps. And if you do your aura repair in that video, and maybe do it once or twice, and then if you want to know if you fully repaired your aura, you can post in the comment section, did I fully repair my aura, and when I have time, I'll check it. So I hope that helps. Someone says, LOL, thanks, Janet. Don't know if I've ever been a lighthearted mom. I think you've had your moments. I'm already changing clothes the minute I get back from teaching due to COVID. Yeah, but that's a sucky reason, That's not a fun reason. We'll work on being less of a drag. Thank you. Well, that's good. See, that's a win-win for both you and your daughter. Yeah. Okay, someone says, oh, sorry, dear Janet. Yes, I didn't hear it because I was disconnected. Thanks for answering. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. I was hoping it wasn't just completely so unsatisfactory you decided to repeat it. Yeah, go ahead, go back and listen. It wasn't a really an on-topic question, but I did answer it. Very in-depth answer. So yeah, check towards the end of today's healing live stream. Okay. Someone says, hello, Janet. Based off somebody else's question earlier, I think we want to know what to do if we encounter a big baddie. If we're not your level, but we pull a big being, what can we do? Thank you. Well, you and other people listening are each at different levels. Some people listening are like one-on-one healers, pro level reader healers. Some people are training and preparing themselves to someday become one-on-one pro reader healers. Some people are, just sort of dabbling in self-healing of themselves only. Some people are, want to use pro level skills on themselves and just on themselves, or maybe on themselves and then someday on their children. So people are at very different levels that would be listening to this. Yeah, I mean, if you're not doing group healing, then you're just not going to have interaction with the biggest, most aggressive beings. That said, you could still have a problem, right, with an invasive being, and whether it's something you picked up from a neighbor of yours who, is not very stable, and they therefore are very vulnerable to these kind of energies. Or you picked it up from you say you're a one-on-one pro reader healer and you picked it up from a client. It's all the same concept. You want to be as strong as possible, and then you want your angels to destroy the being, to recycle the being. So you ask the angels to recycle the being, and then you work on repairing yourself and getting better, But sometimes it can be a bunch of beings from different reasons. We didn't actually do today, we did not do crowd exercise, which I like a lot. I definitely do that every day, several times. Crowd exercise, you just imagine a crowd, a visual representation of beings that are messing with you from afar, because you can have beings that are like throwing energy down from here, throwing energy from here, all sorts of places, just throwing energy. And so you just imagine them en masse, just a whole crowd of them, beings that are messing with you from afar, and say, angels, can you please recycle all those? And then in a different pile, beings that are messing with you from up close, like maybe they're hanging out in your grounding, or in one of your chakras or something, and so beings that are messing with you from up close, the angels, please recycle all them. You can do a couple batches of those right at once, to kind of take the heat off you, and then get your energy seals. That's very nice. So aura repair, but then you go that extra step and make sure there are no hard objects stuck in the edges of your aura, the outer surface. Maybe you do electromagnets, just imagine energy devices that you make, like electromagnets that just suck out the hard objects that could be in your aura, especially around the edge of your aura, and just suck those out and say, angels, please recycle all that. And then just redo the repair job on both astral and physical body aura, so then you get your energy seal on both. Because you can have it, but then lose it because you get attacked, and it's effective, and then you lose all this. So you have to build back up your safety. Redo your gold buffer zones. Make sure your Wei Qi auras are pretty much as nice as you can get them. So that's just sort of regular maintenance. You're doing, strengthening stuff all the time. Like if you search Janet Wright, repair 17 auras. I mentioned it. I don't know if it was in this or in the healing. That's like a quickie kind of where you're repairing your regular auras, but also your Wei Qi auras also. So if you search Janet Wright, repair 17 auras, you'll find it. Let me put that in. So, because there's no real special process, I mean, like, if it's a real bad being, you do this, or if it's a not so bad being, you do this, it's the same thing. You just get them recycled, ask your angels to recycle them, repair up, heal up, get your flow back, get your presence, because if you're not repaired up properly, it's kind of pointless, it's like your house is on fire and you're just cleaning the countertop instead of putting out the fire, like you have to get safe and sealed up and whole and strong and present. And then even then, when you do the batch crowd exercise stuff, you can still have beings in little places, and it just through your work, you just kind of get more and more present and more flowing. And but I don't think I've ever been in a state where I've had no beings bothering me. It's just like in subtle small ways that I'm not noticing. So But yeah, if you have a specific situation that you're, like, for example, there's this person, it's not you though, but there's this person that was asking me in YouTube questions, I have this being that's in my fourth chakra, and it, and they were explaining very elaborate ways of how it looks, and it looks like this, and da da da, and da da da. And basically their fourth chakra was really damaged. And their aura needed repair. So they needed to repair their aura, they needed to repair their chakra, and then they could just have the being recycled. You don't have to get into all this drama about what it looks like. Like nobody's asking you to paint a picture, It's not that serious. You just get rid of it and then fix everything so you're not such an open door. So hope that makes sense. If you have a specific scenario where it's like, oh, there's a being here and I can never get rid of them. I mean, you should be able to get rid of them. So if you ever, anyone ever has a situation like that, you could post under a video and explain in detail. But yeah, I mean, you just ask angels to recycle, and they do. Maybe you're only seeing one and it's like a group of 10. Sometimes that happens. And so you're like, well, I asked the angels to recycle, but he's still there. It's like, no, it's really a group of 10. And so you just keep asking and there's still more. But typically if you have an issue, then if they can just hang out like that, then you have an issue somewhere with your Wei Qi auras or something, your aura's not fully repaired, or you're not grounded enough, not present enough. Because the idea is the more present you get, the less room there is for anything else. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. Someone says, thanks, Janet. That helped me and gave me some direction. Oh, good. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. Take down those angry walls. Someone says, I think you missed some letters, but I think you mean to say, does lower true self come from a place of pure stillness? I think you might be getting so esoteric that it's not super useful. But if it's worthy to, if it's, if you, there's stillness and there's flow and there's peace and, I mean, like we could be splitting hairs, but I mean, you need to repair your aura basically. And your grounding is really thin and narrow and blocked. And so you could debate what inner stillness is and if it's the same as inner peace and blah, 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 blah. But meanwhile, you're missing like a third of your aura back here. So I would just say try to think less and do more, like as far as repair and flow and unblocking and just get things together. So aura repair, wide flowing grounding, unblock your chakras. I have like a video. Once you get aura repair done, then you could do, you search Janet Wright, sticky wax, and the number 7. Janet Wright, sticky wax 7. Janet Wright, sticky wax 7, because there's a technique, sticky gold wax, where you unblock your chakras. Yeah, I would say in that order though. Aura repair first, big flow, wide flowing grounding second, and then unblock your chakras third, and then but yeah, as far as debating the inner, I just experience it more by fixing up your energy is what I would suggest. So I don't know if that's gonna satisfy you, but that's my answer. I hope it does. Someone says, fixed the energy seal and cleared some baggage and now feel amazing. I can't wait to understand it all even more like you do. Thanks, Janet. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad it helped, and good luck. Congrats on getting to work so fast. That's the thing too. I mean, it's nice to be able to learn this stuff and then you just kind of do it fast, because I mean, we all have lives to live, you just can't sit around meditating all day. So it's nice to be able to, once you learn something through a video, like try to do it fast without the video, just kind of practice doing things quickly. I call that freestyling. You could write in your journal like the steps that you want to do and then just kind of freestyle and change it up and keep things interesting. And that helps too, I think, to be able to do things quickly. Someone says, Dear Janet, I heard your answer, but the prediction I got was from myself, but I'm not sure if I'm getting guidance from my guides or negative entities. Been hearing and seeing negative things. Yeah, that's interesting. If you go, well, you don't have to really do a search because it's like what we just did them. See which one it was in. But yeah, you can clear agreements with beings that are negative. And I think that would be very good to do. In my notes, I'm not sure which, I think it's the 3rd healing. So if you search, since it's so recent, it's like 2 live streams ago. The one that's today, and then there's one End Negative Patterns Healing 3. But anyway, if this is much later, someone's hearing it, just search Janet Wright agreements, beings, because you're clearing agreements with beings. But anyway, you just imagine, imagine your angels, and then imagine, beings that are not angels that you might have agreements with from like past lives or whatever. And then just say, angels, help me to update all these agreements so that I only keep agreements that are healthy. And then that's that. Your angels will help you with it. That's sort of the quick version. But yeah, I think you're onto something there. That would be good to do. Keep and repeat that on a somewhat regular basis a few times a week. Just keep clearing more and more beings with agreements that are not angels from past lives. It is from past lives, although it could be, you don't have to put that limit on it. Just any agreements that you have with beings that are not angels, have your angels update those agreements and only keep the ones that are really healthy. It would be nice if you posted your first name and your last initial, because it'd be easier to see your energy, but it does seem actually like you have aura damage as well. So I'm wondering if you're aware of that. And but yeah, I would say get to work on that. Do aura repair. Also, if you're hearing negative things through self-talk, you could also do that video that I mentioned. Janet, I think I mentioned at the end of the healing, maybe Janet Wright, fifth chakra healing, and then put layer in there too, because I do fifth chakra and fifth layer. So Janet Wright, fifth chakra layer healing. Number 5, fifth chakra layer healing. That'll bring it up. But that's because fifth chakra is inner voice, what you're hearing. And so you could have energy blocks. So even the beings are outside of your aura, but they can cord into the energy blocks and then kind of get into the speaker system of your inner voice. So you want to clear out as much as possible your fifth layer and your telepathic mesh, which is also in that video. So that Janet Wright, fifth chakra layer healing. That's a good video. But then that, clear agreements with beings. If you wanted to walk through, you go to the healing where we did it, and then go down to the comment section and find that part of the healing summary, and then use that timestamp to go right to it. But basically, it's what I said. You just imagine your angels, and then imagine any other beings that you have agreements with, and just be like, angels, I need to update all these agreements and only keep the ones that are super healthy agreements, and your angels will help you with all that. Okay, hope that helps. Someone says, Dear Janet, I healed myself along. Yes, you healed yourself along with the live stream we did today, and it felt great. Oh, good. I just wonder if I did as well as I felt. Thank you so much. Generally, yes. If you feel great, then you did a great job. But yeah, your aura is fully repaired. Both your groundings are very well unblocked. You got definitely a lot more baby Buddha energy. That's so cute. I would say you can redo the baby Buddha section, which will be easier when we have timestamp links when I post those later today. Knock on wood, I'll do it today. If not today, I'll do it tomorrow, but we'll see. But redo that so that when you're looking at your timeline for this, because today was about inner child healing. And so I was talking about this baby Buddha energy, this innocent self-love, kind of self-acceptance energy that usually kids have at the start of their life, whether it's only for a month in the womb or it's for a year and a half in their life or whatever. But so I called it a baby Buddha energy. So I think, you can look at when it stops, because somebody dumped on you, but you can also look for something more subtle than that once you get all those ones. So your baby Buddha energy continues to the present, but maybe it like weakened at some point, because you got dumped on. Or maybe at conception, it weakened because you got so much dumped on you by your parents at conception. And so you could imagine that and get rid of it so that more baby Buddha energy comes in to the whole life. Because the idea is you want to get as much of your baby Buddha energy as possible coming to you in the present, right? So, but like maybe your baby Buddha energy is pretty strong until like 10, and then only half of it continues after that. So just keep working that. That's so cute. I love doing that. So I hope that helps. But yeah, very good job. You did a good job in following along. Someone says that helps, thanks. Thinking of the flow. A lot of the time you are answering the question I'm thinking right after thinking of it. Amazing. Oh, good. Good. Someone says, oh, thank you, Janet. Yes, I have discopathy, and as you said, I started aura healing. My symptoms have improved. Yeah, you just have to, there's in your mohawk area, you got, it goes 765. It's like somewhat deep, but not like you had before. So you need to redo your aura repair. Your symptoms, you're saying my symptoms have improved. Yes, hear negative talk also hurts so much. So obviously redo your aura repair. And then I think that video, get present in second and first chakras, would be nice, because the physical body is very affected by the aura layers immediately close to it. So like, for example, if you have a sore shoulder, a lot of times your first and second layers are really blocked up right around the sore shoulder. And so I would say that video is nice because it focuses on just the second and first layers, which I think once your aura is repaired and it's repaired, like, and your grounding is nice, then you are in 7 through 3 these days. At first, when you repaired your aura, it took you a while to get into 7 through 3, but I think now if you keep up with your aura, like if you redo your aura repair now, you'll pop back into 7 through 3, which means being physically present in physical body chakras 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. So then, yeah, do that video, get present in second and first chakras. So you just search Janet Wright, get present 2, and then a space and 1. Janet Wright, get present 2, 1. That'll pull it up for you. But because I think if the less stagnant, the more flow and expanded your second and your first layers are, that'll help you even more to work with, your physical body feeling better. Okay. Someone says, thank you, baby Buddha rocks. Much love, really helps. Thank you for my dolphins and my hearts. That's very pretty. All right, cool. Well, we might be close to an end unless somebody else needs a question answered that hasn't asked yet. So I'm going to hold on for 1 sec in case somebody else has a question that hasn't asked yet. And then we can do animal cam. Because Bambi's right here, so that's super cute. Someone says, yes, I'm not present in the first 3 chakras also. Yeah, but I think, once you keep doing your aura repair and then do that video, get present 2, 1. That'll help. Okay, so here's Bambi. She's somewhat sleeping. Her eye, she has an issue with her eye, but it doesn't get better because she's immune compromised. But it doesn't hurt her, so it's fine. We just give her supplements every day to help her immune system. She's a sweetie. Let's see, Izzy, I'll let him out so you guys can see him. He's in that cage right there, in that carrier. He was a bad boy before this Q&A. He ate a tissue, which he's not supposed to do. He wouldn't give it to me, so he got in trouble. Come on, it's okay. Come on out. There we go. There we go. He says he's sorry. Oh, all right, cool. You guys are awesome. Yeah, someone says, can you talk about auto pay for healing masterclass? Yeah, you can email me because you asked for an auto pay for healing masterclass, but you always buy triplets. So I'm thinking, like, would that bum you out if you got an auto pay for healing masterclass? But yeah, just email me. Okay. All right. You guys are totally awesome. Take care. And there'll be another healing in 2 days, also on inner child healing. And the next Q&A will be next month. Because the Q&As are after the Sunday healings. So the next Q&As are April 4th, there'll be a Q&A, and April 18th, there'll be a Q&A. But you can just go to my website, janetwrightreadings.com, and look up the list of group healings, and then after each of the Sunday healings these days I do. And if you want, there's a whole playlist now of all the Q&A live streams that I've already done, and that's pretty interesting. You can always find some useful stuff, you know, intuitively pick a Q&A you want to hear. All right, you guys, take care. Bye.